Hello dear students, in the previous class we studied types of banks. I think there are four types of banks: commercial banks, cooperative banks, specialized banks, and last one central bank. And also you know very well the concept of commercial banks, cooperative, specialized banks and central banks also. Now we will move on to the study of the functions of commercial banks. Okay, I have written only the functions of banking. Normally these functions are performed by banking sectors. Commercial banks and also cooperative banks are also nowadays it means they are also providing all these services to their customers and also to their members of that cooperative society also. In your textbook they given the functions of commercial banks, but I have written here functions of banking. So let us we will move on to this. Banks performs a variety of functions. Okay, banks functions a variety of functions. In that, some of them are the basic or primary functions of banks, and other functions are considered as general or utility services of the commercial banks. So we will move on to the functions performed by commercial banks. First one, acceptance of deposits. Second one, lending of funds. And third one, check facility. Okay. The next one, remittance of funds. And the last one, allied services. So first one, acceptance of deposits. Here, deposits are the basis for loans performance. Okay, deposits are the basis for loan performance. Nodri, in sir loan performance or loan operations. Yakri sir, ee deposit anne navu yak basis agi tegedukolthivi antandra deposit illa andre banks the functions ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು ಅಂತ. So therefore deposits are the basis of the loan operations. Since banks are both, it means these commercial banks acts as a both. It means borrowers and lenders of money. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ತರನಾದಂತ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗಳು. ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಬಾರೋವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಲೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸರ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರ, ಬಾರೋವರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ they accept the deposits from the public in the form of deposits. Okay, these commercial banks accept the money from the public in the form of deposits. Then we call it as a borrowers. In another terms, banks act as a lenders of money. It means they grant loans to the needy people or business organizations when they are needed. Okay, so sir matiga deposits anna sorry for a little bit of a disturbance. Okay, banks acts as a both borrowers and lenders of money. So borrowers in the sense they accept the money from the public in the form of deposits, and also banks grants loans to the business houses, and also those who are in a need of a finance, for them also bank grants loans to them. But one thing you must remember here, whatever the deposits or whatever the money they accepted in the form of deposits, for that banks will pay interest on such deposits. One side ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ ಡಿಪಾಸಿಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅನದರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಲೋನನ್ನು ಗ್ರಾಂಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದೇ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸಚ್ ಲೋನ್ಸ್. Okay, these two kind of activities will be performed by these commercial banks. Sir, hang over deposits in a ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. It means these deposits are taken through, there are three types of accounts are there in a banks. So first one, it means these deposits are taken through these accounts. First one, savings bank accounts, current bank account and fixed deposits account. Then we will move on to the brief explanation of these three accounts. Savings accounts is there. Yes, savings accounts are for encouraging savings by individuals. Obviously, these savings account motivate and these savings account encourages these savings by individuals. Okay, then this is also helpful for the people also, and this will also helpful for the banks also. For such deposits, bank will pay a rate of interest that is predetermined, or the rate of interest is fixed by the RBI. RBI ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. Some restrictions may be imposed on withdrawal of funds, and also the limits in number of times withdrawal, and also the amount also. There may be some restrictions are imposed on these accounts. There may be chances in a 1 month 3 times withdrawal of funds is no charge. After 3 any transactions regarding to withdrawal of money from the banks or any ATMs, some charges will be levied by the banks on such withdrawals. And also in terms of money, not more than 50,000 or not more than 25,000 they cannot withdraw from the banks, or they cannot withdraw from the ATMs also. These kind of restrictions will be imposed on these savings accounts. Then we will move on to the current account. Yes, current account deposits can be withdrawn. Current account deposits can be withdrawn to the extent of balance at any time without any prior intimation or without any prior notice. It means these kind of or this type of accounts, fixed. It means current accounts are suitable for business houses because they performs n number of activities in their business day-to-day life. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಗೋಸ್ಕರವಾಗಿನೇ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಿಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ n number of transactions are going on. Withdrawal and deposits of money, there is no limit for withdrawal and depositing of money in this type of account. Then we will move on to the fixed deposits account. It is also called as fixed deposits accounts are also called as term deposits. Normally the rate of interest on fixed deposits accounts are higher than the savings bank accounts. Normally ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಡಿಪಾಸಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದವರಿಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಯಾರು ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. And also a premature withdrawal of fixed deposits is also available for the account holder. ಯಾರು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಡಿಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಮ್ಯಾಚುರಿಟಿ ಹೊಂದೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಒಂದು 4-5 ತಿಂಗಳು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಡಿಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮುಗಿತದೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಈಗ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಬೇಕಾಗಿವೆ ಅಥವಾ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದಾಗ premature withdrawal of money from the fixed deposit account is available for the customers by ಹೆಂಗ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ with a percentage of interest being forfeited. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅವಧಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಏನು ಅವರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಉಳಿಕೆದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ತಗೋಬಹುದಲ್ಲಿ. there is no problem at all. So we will move on to the next one, lending of funds. Yes, another important or another major functions performed by these commercial banks is to provide loans and advances. Okay, provide loans and advances out of the money received in the form of deposits. ಇವತ್ತು ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಬಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾವುದೇ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸು ಈಗ ಲೋನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಟೇಕ್ an example of any bank. Okay, if a bank is providing any facilities, okay, loans and advances for the people, then these loans and advances depends on the deposits. So that's why they said that loans and advances are granted by these banks, okay, out of the money received in the form of deposits. So these advances can be made in the form of, then what kind of form of, okay, facilities are there? Okay, first one is overdraft facilities are also available. Lending facilities, we are talking about, okay, lending of funds. Okay, what kind of facilities they are providing for the business houses? First one, overdraft. Overdraft is nothing but whatever the amount available in your account, you can also withdraw more than the balance in your account. More than the balance in your account. Such a kind of lending facilities is provided by the commercial banks. For such overdraft, some interest will be charged by the banks for that overdraft. Okay, cash credits is also available. Cash credits means you can also take help of these commercial banks for cash credits also. ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಾಲದ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಲ್, yes, discounting of bill is nothing but any customer or any party relating to your business granted or provided any bill for encashment of that bill, okay, later on or few days after few days you can claim that amount, okay, mentioned in the bill. Such a bill can be submitted to the bank if you need urgency. In case of urgency, it means if any problem arises, you need finance or you need money urgently, on that moment you can also submit this bill. Okay, whatever the amount mentioned in the bill, on such bill some discount will be there. It means discounting means, take an example, suppose your bill payment is 10,000, okay, the bank may discount this bill to 500, okay, then they will pay you only 9,500 for it. We call it as a discounting of bill. This is the profit available for the banks. Then term loans, it depends on the borrowers and also it depends on the banks, okay, for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, up to 20 years or 30 years, we can call it as term loans. Okay, these kind of facilities are also available from the banks also, and banks also lend money for this. Then we will move on to the check facilities. Yes, banks render a very important service to their customers by collecting their checks drawn on another bank or drawn on other places. Take an example, some people, okay, we call it as resource persons, okay, resource persons give their speech in a different places, okay, they don't have their accounts on those places wherever they go. ಅವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ this is the most convenient and inexpensive, okay, instrument ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು. Okay, a credit instrument, we call it as a check. It means you can submit that check to your bank account for a collection of that check. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ, take an example of a business houses. You may also pay, okay, amount, or also there are n number of activities are going on in your business houses. Your customers may pay you, okay, pay or makes a payment through check. You can also make some payment through your suppliers and any other persons, okay, from whom you taken services. For that you can also make a payments through check. So this is the most easiest way of, okay, without any problem, without any disturbances, okay. It is more difficult to carry that much of funds from one place to another place. So this is one of the best way of making up payments to others also. So that's why the check is the most developed credit instruments, okay, a unique feature and function of a banks for the withdrawal of deposits. In this there are two types of checks are available. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ತರಹದ ಚೆಕ್ಗಳು ಇರುತ್ತವೆ. There are two types of checks are available. One is bearer checks and another one is crossed check. Yes, a bearer check is the one which can be encashable by submitting that check to the cash counter of the banks. Bearer check ಅಂದ್ರೆ this bearer check can be transferable from one person to another person. You can make encashment of that check. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು encashment ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. By submitting that check at the cash counter of the bank, you will get, okay, money. But when we come to crossed check, these, okay, this type of check will be provided only for depositing of that check to the drawee or any person. It means these checks are not encashable at the cash counter of the banks. So we will move on to the next one, remittance of funds. Yes, another very important functions are performed by commercial banks or remittance of funds. Yes, obviously commercial banks is of providing facility of a function of a transfer of funds from one place to another place. This is possible only when they have an interconnectivity with the branches. It means, you know very well, you can deposit money in Bangalore, okay, in SBI, okay. Your mother or your father may be staying in Gadag. You working in Bangalore. If you want to deposit or if you want to use some amount for your father or mother, on that moment you can also deposit money in a SBI account in Bangalore. That funds are collected by the SBI branches in Gadag. Okay, we called it as, okay, remittance of funds. It means collection of funds from one place to another place is possible. It means with the help of interconnectivity of branches. Yes, the transfer of funds is administered by using bank draft, okay, mail orders or mail transfers on nominal commission charges. For that, okay, the banks will not provide that facilities without any charges. They impose some commission or impose some charges on such transfers. Okay. Then we will move on to the last one, allied services. Then, in addition to the above functions performed by these commercial banks, another important functions are performed by these commercial banks is also provides allied services such as bill payments, locker facilities, underwriting services. Three types ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಿಲ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಲಾಕರ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ remittance or underwriting services. They also performs other services like buying and selling of shares and debentures, and other services are also provided by these commercial banks on the standing instructions of the customers. These commercial banks are going to make up payments of their insurance premium. Insurance premium may be paid by these banks with the standing instructions of the customers. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ನೀವು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಪಾಲಿಸಿಯ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ ಅನ್ನ ಅವರೇ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. This kind of facilities are also available. And also one more services means collection of a dividend, collection of interest to your account. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ನೀವು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬಂದರೆ, such amount will be collected by these banks and deposited to your accounts. These kind of services are performed by these commercial banks. In the next class, okay, we will study e-banking. Okay, thank you.